Hey, what is up, everyone? How are you doing? I hope you had a great Thanksgiving. I'm going to do a video, highly requested video on some of the add-ons that I use and how to set them up. I'm going to create a level 1 character and set up the add-ons as if I just installed them. So the add-ons in particular that I am referring to are Details Damage Meter, ElvUI, Mix Scrolling Battle Text, Platter Nameplates, and Truefine Global Cooldowns, or Truefine GCD. Alright, just go to Twitch, download the Twitch add-on or CurseForge or wherever you download your World of Warcraft add-ons. Install them, do your thing. Then let's see. Here, bear with me 1 second. Alright, here we are. I'm just doing a voice overlay on a video on which I set all this up. I'm gonna be pausing, fast forwarding. Alright, level 1 mage, whatever, skip cinematics. As soon as you install ElvUI, first time running, this is what you're gonna see right here. Let me make the screen bigger. There we go. It's gonna give you a little pop-up welcome ElvUI setup screen. Just read it, follow the prompts. Your screen should look like this. All right, hit to continue. Set up CVARs. I have no clue what that do. I have no clue what that does. Set up chat, whatever. Classic dark and class. That's your overall colors for your theme. Okay. Auto scale, that will scale the add-on to whatever size that you want. Smaller, bigger. Of course, that's going to be entirely up to you, depending on the size of your monitor. I like it a little bit bigger so I can see. After you do that, I mean, what's cool is that you can set the number and you can do a preview so you can see what it's going to look like before you actually do it. Then, as your layout, you can choose tank, physical DPS, healer, or caster DPS. It doesn't do that much of a difference. It just kind of changes it a little bit. Let's go back real quick. Right here, continue aura bars and icons. I have no clue what that does. Just go ahead and do it. And you finish, and it'll set it up. And your next one will be the BenikUI. Hit your continue, classic, or V3. Now, if you tell the difference, the V3 and the classic changes the font appearance and some other things. I like the V3 look. Continue, and then of course another color themes. Totally up to you. Set up chat. Then is where the unit frames, and this is where a lot of people are, asking basically how everything looks. Okay, and if you switch between unit frames 1, 2, and 3, you'll see how they look. Normally I use, I think, 2 or 3 or whatever. For this example, I chose, I think, 3. Anyway, And then your action bar setup. You got action bar 1, 2, and 3. And if you look, they give you different temporary layouts. Up to you. And then again, tank, healer, physical DPS, caster DPS. This is for data texts. This part of the installation process will fill BenikUI data text. What does that exactly mean? I don't know. I just choose the appropriate class of which I'm playing. Then hit setup add-ons, and then continue. And then finished. Now what that does is the last one, it kind of changes the details damage meter. If you get this error right here, it's because the ElvUI and the BenikUI is trying to control your nameplates at the same time that you've already installed Platter nameplates, if you have it installed. So you're going to see this error because you got two different opposing programs trying to modify and change the way that nameplates are looking. So what you got to do is you got to go in, you got to tell ElvUI, hey, don't enable. If you saw that, hold up. Let me go back. That's kind of quick. Basically, I brought the ElvUI nameplates, or ElvUI configuration screen, and turned off nameplates so that the Platter nameplates add-on will be in control of it. See, nameplates, enable, toggle it off, and there you go. It actually took me a long time to figure that out. I was like, why do I keep getting these error messages? I was like, duh. Anyway, after you get that set up, now is when you want to start messing, right? Platter nameplates add-on. You can go to the actual site, and there you go, wago.io, and they got a lot of profiles for a lot of different weak auras and all sorts of stuff. Clean nameplates, that's probably about the best one that I've seen. There's some other ones, but let me show you what I did. Clean nameplates, copy Platter import strings, and then in your text box, just type open up Platter, go to the profiles tab once you find it, import, paste it, and hit the OK, and it should reload the UI. And then bada bing, bada boom, you have set up Platter nameplates just like that. Platter nameplates is very, very, very good. What you might have to do is, what I didn't show in the video, is open up Platter nameplates and set the viewing distance to something pretty low, or else in certain areas of the game you're going to be able to see a million nameplates all over the screen. I like to set mine to about 5. I think default is like 40 or something like that. Alright. Let me see, what are we doing here? I already did that. Details damage meter. Now, supposedly you're supposed to be able to download and import details damage meter pre-setups from that site. I was unable to do it. Now here we go. Now we're gonna set up ElvUI to your settings, to however you want it to look. Okay. If you notice right here, I'm pointing at the target. You know, this is the player right here. And then whenever I click on something, that's the target frame. That's the player frame, target frame. Go to ElvUI. And here's your settings. Hit toggle icons, and here's where you can start moving things around. What I like to do is, like, all the things that I don't use, I just stuff way up here. I really don't know what half of this stuff is. Mirror timer, level up display, yeah, that's right there. That's pretty self-explanatory. UI widget, top container. I think that's the during the Queen as Ashara fight. There's an icon on your screen that shows three different places that you got to go to soak or power up certain areas. I think that's where that widget is. Anyway, continue. And like, of course, here's where, like, you don't want to see your pet frame, move it up. Pet cast bar, move it up, get it out of the way. Or you can just disable it if you want. Totally up to you. Stance bar. Over here, your main tank frames, your main assist frames. You can. I think those are enabled by default. You can disable them. I think on mine, I usually just disable them. Here you can just move stuff around. I usually only have 2 or 3 bars present. And of course, I'm making bigger. Bar 1, bar 2. I don't know if you saw, let me back that up. If you just look in the ElvUI configuration, there's so much you can configure. You can really make your user interface unique. It doesn't have to look like this. Just play with it, you know. Let me see what else. The left, okay, your left chat and your right chat. I'm going to show you. Here's where you can increase the size of the panels of the chat windows. And I do that right about here. You look at chat, and then panels, panel height. Increase the size of them, or the width of them. You can make it bigger. You can also put a texture as a background, like you can get some sort of, like if you wanted to put like a horde icon or alliance icon, you can save it to somewhere on your computer and then go to your panel texture and basically point to where it is on your PC. Let's just skip forward a little bit. And you see, as I'm just moving things around, you know, I'm just moving player frames. Looking to see what abilities to show on the player frame, buffs, debuffs. Now, you really can't see anything yet. You know, once you get farther into the game and you start seeing more and more buffs and debuffs on your character, that's when you can decide, hey, if this is too much, or if you don't want to see this, don't want to see that. I think for this example, I did the 3D model overlay on the whole player frame. Normally I don't. Normally I got it on just on the side. Fast forward a little bit. Really good is it gives you coordinates, of course, so you can, for those people who want everything pixel perfect, you can have it perfect. Let's fast forward a little bit. Start messing with the damage meters. Now your damage details meters aren't going to look like this default. This is from a previous install. So, but you look here, how I even got to that. Look at that little. You should see a little icons on your meters. And if you look at the cog icon, then you can just click it and go to options, and it'll open up the options for the details meter. And then the appearance section down here, skin selection, bars, general text. That's really where you can get into the meat and potatoes of the add-on itself. Here's where you can change pretty much everything. The way it looks, fonts of everything. You can add different meters. You have a damage meter and a healing meter. If you want to set up all sorts of meters, you can have like a who interrupts meter and who's. It's a really, really good add-on. Let's do this. Show you. I created a new profile, and when I create a new profile, it goes to the default configuration. From here, I don't know what I started doing here. Like I was messing with the details meter. Oh, that's what I wanted to do. I wanted to get some information on the damage meter to see what everything's gonna look like. That's that's the ticket. Okay. So here, just as you can see, you can move things around. Really easy to customize. Open it back up. Mess with the bar height. I mean, if you start messing with sizes and bars general, bar text and everything like that, adjust the sizes, you can see what it's affecting. You can see what part of the add-on that they're talking about, basically. Fast forward a little bit, or else this would be like an hour-long video. Of really the appearance, I only changed certain things in the bars general, bars texts, title bar text, and then like the window general. Oh, one thing I did want to show you was if you go to skin selection, do this first. Go to skin selection, skin, and choose safe skin lesion beta, and it's like the most transparent one that I found. And then from there, just start messing and just the fonts, the look of it, the way, however you want it. Now here, if you look of the options menu right over here, create window, because by default you're going to have one window, and if you want another one, of course, create window. Now create another one, and then from there adjust accordingly. For me, I have a healing one and a damage one, like I said before. From here, let's see. Here I wanted to mess with the Truefine global cooldowns. And basically, what that does is whatever ability you press, it's going to show that icon. I don't know if you've ever seen that. Seen it a lot on PvP videos and other mythics and raid videos, but basically it just shows you what abilities people are using at that time. And I think there's a couple different add-ons that do it, but the one that I use is this one, the Truefine global cooldown. I'll click everything because you don't want to see what everyone else is doing. You just want to show what yours is doing. And just move it, just like there. Move to wherever you want to. Increase the size of the icon. You can do the number of icons. Like mine shows like 3 or 4 or something like that. And it scrolls. So that when you're pressing it, see right down there. I picked mage on this run just because it's never played a mage before. Looks pretty cool. So all that floating combat text in the middle, that's mix scrolling battle tab. Doesn't look very good yet because we haven't configured it. So here we go. Open up add-ons, mix scrolling battle text. MSBT. Now here basically what you want to do is you go to master font and you can change to whatever font you want. I seem to gravitate towards MSBT Bazooka for some reason. Make the crit bigger. These are the different notification areas where you can have stuff during combat appear. I don't use any of them except for the outgoing. Basically, what you want to do is scroll areas. Just turn them all off except for the player outgoing. Outgoing, just leave them all toggled on. Now it looks like that. Now let's configure a little bit more. some reason I had to do it twice. Adjusting the master fonts. That is. It took me a while to figure out. I'll show you. Because what we're trying to do is, what you want to see is the spell name and the damage. Just like that. Sticky style static. Now watch. And this. See that right there? That's what you want. That's what you want. Now let's adjust it a little bit more. Let's make these. Look at that's the animation style parabola where it's going down around. I think that looks pretty good. You can adjust it. There's different animation styles on how to have the text appear and leave. I increased the size of the master font of normal hits. So it's looking pretty good. And that's pretty much it for MSBT. I mean, alright. So pretty much, I'm just doing a little bit more customization. Ooh, hold up. Thank you. Excuse me. Just some more ElvUI customizing. Attach some stuff to see how everything looks. Not too bad, not too bad. Let's go forward. Nope. No. Go here. What am I doing here? Unit frames. Eventually. Party frames. By default, ElvUI has your party frames going from top to bottom. I like to have mine go from left to right. If you go to ElvUI and then go to Uniframes, Party, and display the frames, it'll do like a fake party, so you can adjust and you can see what it's going to look like without actually being in a party. And from here you can have growth direction up. It'll go up, down for blocks of 5, and then to the right. Like I said, I like mine left and then to the right. And then just move it accordingly. And from here you can see you can have you can display buffs, debuffs on the party. You can adjust the height and width of the frame itself. You can have the portrait on your party, or you could take it off. The more portraits you have on your party or on your raid, it will decrease your frame rates dramatically. So I just turn it all off. And plus, I'm not healing, so I don't need to see any debuffs on my party, so I just turn pretty much everything off. You can space them out a little bit so they're not clumped together. So pretty much it looks like that. That's how I do it anyway. Let's see. Oh, is that it? That's pretty much it. Now, I didn't do raid frames once you install it, and if you do raid, you're gonna have to adjust your raid frames accordingly. Do it just like your party, where you can display your frames, and that way it'll do a fake raid, and you can adjust and see how it would look. Boss frames, arena frames over here. Don't use arena frames. Most people who do arena, they use something like Gladius anyway, so main tank, main assist, usually turn them off. That's pretty much it. Really good add-on. Move your mini map. You can make your UI look however you want to. Let me see. We went over my details damage meter, ElvUI, mix, platter nameplates, and the Truefine global cooldown. Oh, if you see this little frame rate counter right there, that is actually part of this mod called Sneaky Mods, Maps, Cam, and FPS Mover. Basically what that does is, that's a mod that, number one, the most important function of that mod is when you bring up your map in game, it's usually over here, right? And it's static. You can't move it. I don't know why they would not have that as a basic function of the game, but you can't move it. So that mod allows you to move it in the middle of the frame to wherever you want to move it, you know. So that's a really good add-on. Deadly boss mods, of course, that's a gimme. If you raid, gotta have that. Exorcist raid tools, that's another raid mod. Advanced macros, that's a really good macro tool. Handy notes, of course, that's for like, I think that's the add-on that is for rares on maps and stuff. Handy notes, loggerhead, I forget what that is. Method dungeon tools, that's another Mythic Plus tool. Narcissist, that's a really good add-on, you should check it out. Pawn, that's been giving me a lot of problems. I might just get rid of that thing. Raider IO, and then weak ores. So that's it. That's kind of a long video, but a lot of people have been asking me about it, so that's pretty much it. If you have any questions, just leave it in the comment below. Yeah, that's it. Peace out, everyone.